What's up, everyone? This is the Bumcast. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, Dougie Fresh, Joey P. Happy Monday, guys. Happy 2026. It's our first Bumcast of the new year. It feels good to be back. I am done with my winter break. Now I'm officially back to work, back on podcasting.
Back in action. Happy 2026. Although, when do you stop saying Happy New Year? I think you
get a week.
It's 5th. It's January 5th. I feel like that's even too much.
I'll give people a week. You know.
Yeah, I had to send. This is my off week or off season basically for work. But I did have to send a couple emails today, and I didn't know if I should send a Happy New Year in the email. I didn't. I figured it's too far gone, but I didn't know what the etiquette was. You guys are more. No, actually, all three of you. You guys send enough emails for work that you guys probably send more than I do. So what is it? You said a week?
I give a week.
3 days. 3 days.
Yeah, I think the 3rd or the 4th is when shit starts getting old, right?
3 Kings Day.
Oh shit!
3 Kings Day. That's when I stop, and we're up on the precipice.
Yeah. Yana.
I had family over on Saturday for a late Christmas party, and my aunt came in and automatically was like, "Merry Christmas." I'm like, we're almost 2 weeks past Christmas at this point. Like, you don't get the Merry Christmas someone 10 days later.
I mean, unless she's bringing you a gift, then you can Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah,
I mean, I got.
There you go. Yeah, if she's bringing you a gift, I think Merry Christmas counts.
Yeah,
that's warranted.
Yeah. But it is not a victory Monday, guys, but that's all right. We still have the number 2 seed in the playoffs. Thank you to the Washington Commanders. The enemy of the enemy is my friend, I guess the old adage goes. But Peter, how are we doing today, man?
It's good. And now I just asked you guys, like, if I should, still say Happy New Year's, but I did want to talk a little New Year's because the internet was up in a tizzy, if you will. And it's more Chicago internet. We got 2 kids. We didn't do anything. We had no plans for New Year's Eve. So we stayed home. We ordered some food. I actually copied Johnny and Joey. They're both placed their pizza orders. And, you post your pizza online. I'm like, ooh, pizza sounds good. Julie turns to me. He's like, you want to order pizza? I'm like, hell yeah, let's order some pizza. Anyway, we stayed home. We had a couple drinks. We did a little lie and told the kids it was midnight, even though it was like New York. So they stayed up till 11, which was good, but they didn't know any better. Yeah. And then we watched the rest of it. People were up in arms about no local programming for Chicago and the Chicagoland area. You had Chance the Rapper, and I guess technically you kind of, in a roundabout way, he's friend of the program due to our connection with the Ramova. So I don't want to besmirch Chance the Rapper all that much, but his hosting ability and the whole ABC 7 or 5, I don't even know what channel it was on. The whole presentation left a lot to be desired. I did think Chicago did a good job of the firework display at midnight on the river. That looked awesome. I will give credit to the city of Chicago there. But the rest of it stunk. People were mad that at this point, it was so bad that I would have taken Billy Corgan and the Bozo circus, basically. Wizzo and everyone else in his coffee shop. I would have taken that at this point because there was nothing left. So were you guys as upset as I was, and the internet?
Yeah, it sucked, man. Like, I heard that this year we were getting the Dick Clark, like, rockin' New Year's Eve. And I was like, oh, cool. Chicago's finally getting a mainstream show. And then I turn it on and it's like, we're in Houston. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This ain't Chicago. Like, why are we doing live stream from Houston?
Not only that, they kept going to Vegas. And again, don't get me wrong, Vegas was indoors and they had like every artist imaginable. So they kept going to 50 Cent and then some country artists and then Mariah Carey. But they were all in Vegas. Chicago got the Bucket Boys, where I could go see them at the United Center or Soldier Field or wherever there's a sporting event. And I'm not giving, I like the Bucket Boys, but that's crazy. That's crazy to give them the primetime stage on New Year's. But yeah, so I put the tweet out there, and I gotta get your permission, Jason, because I just said Jason's hosting, and we're throwing a White Sox Twitter content New Year's Eve at Jason's house. Well, are you guys down for like a live stream? If we could do like a New Year's Eve celebration.
Hell yeah.
We
Hell
could beat whatever was on TV this year.
100%.
Here were my couple of takeaways. Obviously, I had the tweet out there. I'm over the dance. I'm over that dance bit. Yeah. You know what? That thing is garbage. You know what? It ran its course. It shocked us the first year. Second year, everybody was looking for it. Now you got to go online to go find it to watch the rest. I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
And it's sponsored now.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, Kia of Chicagoland. They put literally every Kia dealer on screen. I'm like, all right, I get it.
Yeah. I'm over that. Second off, going back to Chance, I'm pretty sure that his contract only paid him till midnight because after it hit midnight, that dude didn't give two shits about the show. He was done.
He did one song, and then at midnight, like he did like a TikTok dance with everybody.
Yeah.
And like Ryan Seacrest was trying to go back to Chance. He's like, Chance, how is it looking in Chicago? And he's still dancing and wiggling his dick around.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, he's done. That guy's done. And don't get me wrong. I don't want to just shit on the Dick Clark New Year's Rockin' Eve featuring Ryan Seacrest and 15 other people. That title is too long, but the CBS was just showing country music the entire time. So I'm like, this is not for me. I did not watch that. Julie wanted to watch a little of the Andy Cohen and the CNN guy, Anderson Cooper. And I thought that was funny for about 5 minutes. And then I realized they're basically just doing a Bums happy hour. They're just getting drunk they're just getting drunk on TV and giggling and laughing. I'm like, they stole our bit.
Yeah.
And they were drinking tequila too. I mean,
actually
added a free add on top of it.
I thought so. I look, you know what? I should have texted you, Joey, because I saw the bottle that Andy Cohen was drinking, and I thought it was tequila at first. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was like a Japanese rice liquor that like looks like a tequila bottle.
Like sake?
No, it was weird, man. I ended up looking it up, and the exact bottle was like some sort of grain alcohol. Super healthy, of course, because I mean, don't get me wrong, but I thought they were drinking tequila at first. Maybe they were still doing some shots, but they were drinking some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Some stuff probably we can't afford.
At Whole Foods.
So let me ask you guys a question. Since Chicago obviously is, the little cuck in this situation with all the New Year's Eve shows, where would you rather go to? Would you rather do New Year's Eve in Times Square or in Vegas?
Vegas 1,000 times out of 100.
Yeah,
like everyone, dude, the crowd this year for New York seemed so small because it was like cold, it was like rainy, and then Vegas was rainy too, but most of the people were indoors. It was just Gronk's dumbass holding an umbrella for 5 hours. But no, give me Vegas. I do want to make it to New York because I've never really made it East Coast, so I still got to see like Washington, Boston, New York. The farthest I've made it is Pittsburgh. That's where the Fonseca stop, basically. But it's Vegas, man. I love Vegas.
Yeah, New York is just. I'm not into wearing a diaper. I'm past that stage in my life. So
no, we're gonna catch up. Now we're gonna be wearing Depends. So
circle. Yeah, but the whole thing is once you get to that age, you don't want to wear them. You're forced to wear them. I have a choice right now, and I have no desire to do that. Maybe when I was like a teenager, I was like, oh man, I can't wait. When I can afford it, I'm going to go out there. Nah, I'm going to Vegas, and I'm, because there was a million different parties. New York City, I'm sure it's just like Chicago. They have them all over the place, but like the place to be is Times Square, and it just doesn't do nothing for me.
I saw Vegas Fremont Street had like an 80s, like, basically like hair metal bands or like cock bands doing a New Year's Eve. That would have been kind of cool to check out, all these washed up like artists.
Oh, yeah.
So I did. So I volunteered us, and I volunteered the Asscast. I volunteered the 108 guys to do a hot tub segment. But New Year's Eve 2026 into 2027, we're doing a live show.
And hopefully we can get sponsored by Planet Fitness and we can all wear stupid little hats.
Oh, my God. Planet Fitness. Not only did they sponsor New Year's Eve. I think they sponsored like the entire weekend everywhere. I saw them in bowl games. I saw them like on the New Year's Eve. I saw them all over the place where Julie's like, how much Planet Fitness how much money do they have? And I'm like, well, new subscriptions because of New Year's resolutions. They probably raking in the money.
Yeah. How many? I was thinking to myself, like, I turned to Mary at one point and I was like, we saw the big ass hats or whatever with Planet Fitness. I'm like, how many of those hats you think got human waste in them? I'm like, all those people just waiting there, like somebody utilized it.
Yep. Yep. 100%. Dougie, how you doing tonight?
Not bad. Did a nice little getaway. Been grinding at work. Had really no days off recently, but broke away a little bit. Hit the water park with the kiddos, fam. It was a good time. I only had like one little gripe, man, and I feel like it's becoming more and more and more of a thing. Restaurants just adding gratuity to your check, no matter the size, and like not even telling you ahead of time. So I go to this like little favorite, like kind of, I don't want to call it a dive bar, but it's a hole in the wall kind of restaurant bar place or whatever. Great place to watch a couple
the best
games.
Parts.
Best great place to watch, a couple games, got wings, stuff like that. Really good food. And what I like about it is they got $8 20-ounce Guinnesses. So, smack those bad boys down all night long, But I noticed this trip, I was like, man, the service is kind of lacking a little. Yeah.
Hungover.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, it's Christmas time. Everybody's kind of, whatever. Bears game had just ended. So I'm like, they're probably burnt from the rush, all that stuff, popping there for Sunday Night Football. And and then I got my bill at the end and they add gratuity, 20%. No choice. And I don't really care because that's normally what I tip. But I feel like every time I'm in that scenario where like the gratuity is like already added onto it, I feel like the service sucks. I feel like it's really going downhill because they're not even working for it anymore. They're guaranteed it, and so here I am, I pop off 8 Guinnesses or whatever. And, I'm almost dropping, $15-16 on just Guinness tips, like I don't know. It's just getting a little wild. Have you guys experienced this at all? Or,
I mean, I get it when it like, the thing that annoys me the most is like when you just try to go like pick up food from, like pick up fast food or something, pick up wings or whatever. And they're like, you want a tip on there? Like, I'm just picking up food, man.
Yeah. They spin around the tablet on your ass.
Yeah. I'm, going to Jersey Mike's or something and want a tip. It's like, it's too much. Tipping culture is out of control. Let's pay better.
I mean, it's COVID, right? COVID just broke people's brains. And I'm not trying to make things a woke thing, but things have changed since then. Like, and it's not just the service industry, but like it's the delivery fees and the Grubhubs and everything else is just like you're finding ways to pile on additional fees and additional things. But yeah, like expediting. Yeah, and I understand that. Like when Julie's been in the service industry forever. So we've always tipped well.
Yeah.
So if a place is going to have 20%, that just makes things easier on me. Sometimes I mean, we do 23, 25, sometimes like a little higher, depending on where we're at and the service. So if you're going to do auto 20, sign me up because it's probably end up being cheaper for me. But I do understand as a service worker, and sometimes you'd rather earn higher, like if I'm a good server, you're going to get more.
Oh, absolutely.
So like the auto gratuity kind of fucks them. Yeah. Also, but it depends where you're at, like you mentioned, you're at a resort town, maybe people are, on vacation, people tend to tip fairly well, but also a lot of the times you get stiffed on stuff when you're on vacation. So I could see it both ways. But yeah, man, it's kind of crazy.
It is. And it like the comment that she like, as soon as she gave me the check, like, and that was the thing that I just didn't like about it is like, Tell people ahead of time about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we have this. You know what I'm saying? As you're getting seated. I don't care. It's just when you see it and you're like, oh, shit. Like, this is why, like, the service was not as good as it has been. And I've been there probably 10, 12 times. This was It was just a lackluster experience. The food was good. Everything was good. It was just a service. The thing that got me was as she hands me the bill, she's like, here you go. She's like, feel free. She's like, feel free to add additional tip if you'd like. She had to say that, you know, and like that just was like, you sucked, you know, like you sucked, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just me.
So Dougie, to ask you a question, brother, then depending on the situation and the establishment, like Peter was just saying, wouldn't you just prefer if the restaurant's going through hard times and they want to make sure that the employees are getting the proper benefits, healthcare, all that, just go ahead and do a 20% markup on their menu and then allow you to tip however you want at that point?
Yeah, don't pay them as servers then, you know, tip, pay them all as like regular employees. Get rid of the whole thing, you know?
Yep.
I know that's what they do in better parts of Europe.
Yeah.
You know, so. I don't know.
Well, I got some food related stuff too, and it might be heartbreaking for one person in particular, and that is the beef loaf. Because I don't know if you guys heard today, but McDonald's is getting sued about the McRib, saying that they deceived the people. That class action lawsuit being filed by 4 people because they're alleging that there is actually no pork in the McRib. It is not actually pork rib meat at all. And then like shocking. Yeah. it's literally just shaped like a rib. But they're alleging that they used ground up portions of lower quality pork, such as pork shoulder, heart, and scalded stomach. And on the surface, that sounds fucking horrible, but I'm still going to smash like 3 of them.
I know I will. I mean, how are the McNuggets made?
Yeah. Pink slime. But
Exactly.
but the pink slime is delicious. And we recently talked about the McRib, and I called it a school eraser smothered in barbecue. I wasn't far off. I'm happy with my assessment. I've been staunchly anti McRib, and as a fat guy that loves fast food, I want to be on their side. I want it to be good. It hasn't been good in like 15 years. I don't remember it being. It keeps getting worse and worse and worse every year. Maybe I'm getting older and I like better food, or maybe it's just been bad for a long time. Either way, I haven't had one in a while. But Jason, send me the link because I want to be in that class action lawsuit. I want my money.
Right. I believe you were the one that broke the news that it was just a chocolate ducked in barbecue sauce.
Yeah, it's a chancla. It's a chancla and barbecue sauce. It literally like, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's also like, you know, the saying like, don't show me how the sausage is made or whatever. You don't want to know that. Like
hot dogs.
The McNuggets are delicious. So, and it's been decades since they have been pink slime, but even if they are pink slime, I don't care what it is as long as it's good. The McRib has been bad for a long time. So cancel it. Cancel the McRib.
What's funny is that they put in the claim that McDonald's knowingly markets the sandwich in a way that deceives reasonable customers. I am reasonable. I know I'm getting deceived. I still don't give a shit.
Yeah, right.
I'm still getting 3 or 4 every McRib season. I don't care.
I was going to say, you know that there's some hillbilly town that is just like, honey, we're going big tonight. We're getting ourselves some ribs, you know?
I want to get to this Tadahito comment because he says McRib equals boiled tongue. And sir, bite your tongue because boiled tongue is delicious. If you ever had tacos de lengua, depending on where you go, tacos de lengua are way better than a McRib. So you're besmirching tacos de lengua by comparing the two. So I won't have none of that on this show, Tadahito, even though I love you.
No, sorry. Those tacos de lengua are S tier.
Well, Burger King got sued because their Whoppers don't look like actual what they do in the commercials. So they got sued in a class action. They had to settle. So I'm actually wondering if this has some teeth to this. You know, that McDonald's is actually going to have to change their recipe, or they just say, "Fuck it, they ruined it for everyone. No one gets a McRib ever again because we're not going to actually use real pork."
Yeah,
this might be a inside job by McDonald's for have them to cancel it for another 5 years and then bring it back, and the hype's going to be through the roof. Maybe McRib sales are down. You mentioned, maybe this has some teeth to it. The only thing that has some teeth in it are the McRibs.
Well, so when I was looking to do this whole contest with Taco, I was looking, dude, these things ain't cheap anymore, dude. They're like $7 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
So like, not only that, but like if they actually have to put real meat in this thing's going to be like $10-12.
Would you pay $10 for a real pork McRib?
For
I'd
a real
have to
pork
try it.
one, I think so.
I'd have to try it.
I think so.
You know what? While we're talking about rib sandwiches, we're gonna talk Bears in a little bit, and this is something I've mentioned on the show, and I kind of want to verbalize it. I want to let people know the Robinson's rib sandwich at Soldier Field, which is like a staple of my halftime eating. That's been going down the hill too. So
You've been saying that, and I haven't.
Robinson's ribs might catch a case by me if they don't step it up.
Yeah, when you told me that, I was disappointed because that's always my go-to one, and I haven't.
Same.
I haven't been to a game this year, and I think last season maybe I had one, maybe I didn't, but like when you told me that, I was like, oh man, that's gonna break my heart if that's true. And maybe it's just the Soldier Field one because they still got the one in Lincoln Park, and I think they have one by Navy Pier too. So we might have to do some research and see if all of them are lower quality.
Are you gonna make me eat rib sandwiches for research? Because I'll take that bullet.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. For the team.
We're going to start with.
Also, I'm blurry. What happened?
Yeah,
am I having a stroke or am I blurry?
No, you're out of focus there, my man.
Corporate McDonald's.
Yeah, they're coming for you.
McDonald's is coming after my ass. Shit.
Shit.
IP address.
Let's get to a quick super chat from our boy Gordo. Less Dougie in 2026. I'm tired of seeing him.
I agree with that. So he's all over the place.
Gordo, show up to the remote. I will push you down the stairs like in wrestling.
he will be there. Breaking news.
Yeah. All right. So then, let's just transition it because we got a big announcement that we did earlier this morning, and we're doing it. Hopefully not the last time, but we're doing it one more time. And that's the watch party at the Ramova. Bears, Packers, going for the rubber match. We won last, a couple weeks ago, but now we're going back into the loft and we're doing it at 7 p.m. Saturday night. Free with RSVP, $4 drafts, $9 cocktails, full kitchen available. We're gonna have a good time as always. We've already gotten a bunch of RSVPs.
Yeah,
Road Dog's been texting me we may have to force them over for the big room this time because these RSVPs are going up.
No. We stay in the loft. We have good luck in the loft. I love that. We've had issues with the big room. I'm staying in the loft. I want that place nuts to butts. And by the RSVPs that have already come up, and I want to give credit to Roger Goodell or Amazon or whoever who had first pick of this Amazon game on the Saturday night because no work on Sunday. It's 7:00. This is the prime time viewing game of the weekend. Julie's a Steelers fan. She got Monday night. We in the group chat said if the Bears have the Monday night playoff game, I didn't think that was going to happen. But if they did, that would have been a tough ask to have people out on a Monday. You got work on Tuesday. That's tough. We're going nuts, baby. And I got the video up here. I want to show it just for the people that missed it and had a little bit of FOMO of last time. I'm thinking it might be the Bears. The Bears showed up for like a quarter last game against the Packers and still beat them. I'm asking them to show up for all 4 quarters, and I want all 4 quarters to look like this.
I get fucking goosebumps. Look at that.
Yeah.
Every single time, dude.
You just got to get there. The FOMO is real. You just got to be there.
The Colonel, fine sir, is going to be there.
I'm telling you, man, it's like a drug. It is like a drug, man. When you get a win like that, you just chase it. You chase the next one. And that next one's coming, baby. I feel it. I fucking feel it, dude. I can't wait. Be there.
We might have Jean-Marie with her sage, blessing the Bears.
Yeah, that was a big. She said she's maybe. I'm like, no. We need the sage. I don't know what we got to do to convince Jean-Marie to bring the sage. We need all hands on deck for this. I text my sister. My sister was part of the Packers game, and she thought she was bad luck. She spent the whole fourth quarter in the stairwell, like mush in the bathroom. And they end up winning the game. I text her in the group chat. I said, get ready to stay in that stairwell for 4 quarters.
Can we get Brie Delio in a stairwell?
Oh, we're going to talk about that later because son of a gun.
All right, let's get to some Bears talk. Before we do, we're going to play a quick ad. Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook is your one-stop shop for all your liquor needs. Since their remodel, they have increased their bourbon allocation, they have an expanding portfolio of popular additive-free tequilas and mezcals, and for you beer lovers, a great craft beer selection, plus some rare and vintage stouts. And before you leave, stop by their tasting bar and try some of our exclusive Bourbon Bums single-barrel picks before you take one home. That's Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, conveniently located right off of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. Tell them the Bum sent you. All right, so let's talk a little Bears. They did not close out the season on a high note, even though they did lock up the 2 seed. Very lackluster performance. And, people were saying, well, they didn't really have anything to play for. They still had the 2 seed, 3 at the worst. Offense decided not to show up into the fourth quarter. It's been an issue, the past, maybe probably throughout the season, you would say. We saw what happened, like a week ago in San Francisco. Crazy shootout defense. Decide no one's playing defense. No one's tackling, and it was just as bad this week. I think I want to start talking about the defense and the secondary in particular because Tyreek Stevenson was benched. Jalen Johnson looks like he's not at 100%. CJ Gardner left. He's in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown was just fucking destroying them up the middle. The Bears secondary was chasing all night. They couldn't keep up with Jameson Williams. This secondary going into this game against the Packers, with the way these guys are like running with like they're running with shit in their pants, I'm afraid Christian Watson might drop 200 on us because they cannot keep up with anyone. And if our secondary's this thin with injuries already, Bears have 0 pass rush, this secondary is in trouble, I think. And it was pretty evident yesterday against the Lions.
The problem is, and it's like the NFL more than anything else, it's like a life comes at you fast, real fast. Like not 3 weeks ago, a lot of Bears Twitter was complaining that Nashawn Wright got snubbed for the Pro Bowl. Now people are asking him to get benched because he can't cover anybody. Yeah, he's good at forcing fumbles and intercepting people, but he can't cover anybody worth shit. But neither can the linebackers, and neither can anyone else on the secondary. Jason, you mentioned Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown. You mentioned Christian Watson. I hate to break it to people. It's the entire playoffs, right? Because if you beat them, you have to go up against the Eagles, and they got 2 really good wide receivers. If you end up playing Seattle, they got Jackson Smith and Njigba, best receiver in the league. Puka Nakua's on the other side of the bracket. The Rams he's like otherworldly right now. Mm-hmm. This is football in the playoffs. You're gonna have to figure it out. I saw people complaining about the secondary and the pass rush and Dennis Allen, and I mean they just can't play man to save themselves. But when you blitz, it's a problem because they're not getting home. When you play, their best bet is to play zone, but you just can't play zone the entire game, right? Like even the best defenses have to play man-to-man 30% of the time. And every time they play man-to-man, they get gashed for explosive plays left and right. I'm talking like 15, 20, 25-yard plays. It's not even like dink and dunk stuff. That's the problem, and it's a problem that's not going to get fixed until the offseason. So you're just going to have to ride or die with this bend, don't break philosophy because, I mean, they got gashed. Time of possession was bad, but the Lions scored 19 points. You should be able to beat that. The Bears should be able to score 20 or more points at home and still win this game. Nothing looked good. The offense looked just as bad as the defense for the majority of this game, but still, it was a bend, don't break type of game for the defense. And while they look bad a lot of the times. They do just enough to almost win. They didn't win this time, but like they probably should have won. You know, like if you were to tell me you hold Detroit to 19 points, that should be a win. So like it's going to be a lot more of that in the playoffs.
Yeah, it seems like whereas the offense seems to find a light switch in the fourth and turn it on, the defense seems to do that in the red zone. They get all the way to the red zone, and then on the red zone, they end up making that, you know, critical stop to force them to a field goal or, you know, get themselves a turnover. As much as I want to blame the secondary, I got to blame the pass rush. You know, the pass rush ain't getting home. The blitzes aren't getting home. If you can't get it there, you know, you can't cover these guys 100% of the time. And yes, Brown did shred us the fuck up. It was what it was, you know. But they got to get home. I need my big boys to start acting like big boys and, you know, trench battles, man. That's where games are won and lost.
This defense was just, from what I saw, slow on so many levels. I don't know is it fatigue, you know, because we didn't expect them, you know, to make it this far in the season, to actually make it to a playoff berth. And, you know, that's why I don't know. Do I pick a bone with Ben Johnson for not resting our starters on defense, maybe, and just letting the offense fire to keep on clicking this week?
I mean, there's a pro and con against that, right? Because like a lot of times if you rest the guys, you know, they could come out a little flat in the playoff game. But you have to also remember too, Bears had a week 5 bye, which sucks in the NFL. That was an 18 games, you know, 18-week season. Yeah. So maybe they are fatigued. Maybe they are just a little gassy because they had that early bye. I don't know what the right solution to that question is, but they got less than a week to figure it out. They got 5 days to figure out how they're going to stop Jordan Love and the Packers offense. Now, granted, you know, they don't scare me as much as they did previous, you know, no Micah Parsons. Jordan Love is still probably a little, you know, hurt, banged up. I don't know if he's,
I think he's going to be at 100%.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think they're going to be ready for us.
Yeah. They said he could have gone.
Yeah. But it's the key to this game, though, as much as we know what the defense is going to give us, and there's a lot of tape now on how to beat the Bears, right? Like they know they're going to get the interceptions.
Crossing routes.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Crossing
short to catch them up.
Short passes up the middle, you know, crossing routes. Don't throw the deep ball so you don't get picked off, because that's what the Bears' bread and butter, you know. So you run on the edge and you hope that they miss a tackle, because they still can't. This team does not know how to fucking tackle for some reason. They still haven't figured it out. And it's been, you know, an entire season, this is still a big issue. But yeah, all you got, there's a blueprint now on how to beat this defense, because you know they're not going to get pressured, or they're not going to get sacked, no matter how much of a sludge quarterback you have, like especially in Jared Goff, and you can't get a sack. You know, I mean, they got 1 sack, 2 sacks. But
Montgomery. 3 sacks.
But yeah, I mean, that's the blueprint now. You're going to see it. You're going to see a lot of crossing routes at the middle.
That I will say though, and this is something we talked about back when everyone was still in the hunt and this division was still up for grabs. I said I'd much rather play the Packers than the Lions. I think this Lions team, while reeling at the end of the year, is much more talented across the board than a lot of the teams that made it in the NFC. That being said, thank God they didn't make it, because they have our numbers and they know how to beat the Bears. I think the Bears match up about as well with the Packers as anyone else. They've shown that within the last 2 games, right? We talked about the Packers probably should have won both games. There's a chance the Bears could have won both games, depending on how it goes, right? Caleb threw an interception at the end of the first game and then threw a dime in the second game. So it was a coin flip game either way. If you have any pride, if you have any balls, and I think they will show up for this game, because the Packers have a bad taste in their mouth because of the end of that game, right? They're going to come out firing. And I know Mike LaFleur is going to have that team ready to go, or Matt LaFleur. I'm sorry. But it's also Matt LaFleur has a tendency to make a couple mistakes here or there in the playoffs. So hopefully that's the case. Ben Johnson, rookie coach, as much as I sing his praises and we all sing his praises week in and week out, it sounds like he was regretting not going for it at the end there on fourth. It was like 4th and 5 or whatever. There is a video of him like mouthing, and you can't tell what it's saying, but it looks like it's saying I should have gone for it, or I should, because at this point, call your best offensive play to get 5-6 yards is probably a better bet than relying on the defense. So hopefully he's learning from his mistakes just as much as the Caleb Williams and Dennis Allen and everyone else are learning from their mistakes. But I do think the Bears are going to be ready and fired up for this game.
Yeah. Like you were saying, Jordan Love is probably going to be close to 100%. Well, he's going to be close to 100% until he's not close to 100%. I think the key to him is popping him. You got to pop him early. You got to make him feel something. And, like I said, we've all repetitively said this. We don't want to see anybody get hurt or anything like that, or wish ill intent on anybody. But you know how it is with concussions. Once you've had a concussion, you're very prone to get another concussion, and especially when he's only a couple weeks removed from said concussion. It might not take much. Take much.
Austin Booker lead with the helmet? Are you saying?
Well, you know what? I think it was more of a Love trying to fuck around and find out, and he found out. So I
don't know if I want to play Malik Willis though. I think it's
I don't think that matters. If we're talking about the Packers, yes, they have Christian Watson. Yes, yeah. Josh Jacob burnt them in the first game this season, and again, the Bears defense were having a lot of business decisions, not wanting to tackle Josh Jacob. I think the focus has got to be on the Packers defense. And while they are missing Micah Parsons, that defense was really good last year, and there's a chance they can dial it up, especially against the Bears, a familiar foe. But yeah, I'm not all that worried about the Packers. If the Bears do what they're supposed to do, and if the Bears show up for 4 quarters, God damn it, please don't wait till the end of the third and beginning of the fourth to really get going. If you show up like you did for 4 quarters against the 49ers, even though that was a loss, the 49ers are a much better team than the Packers. If you show up like you did against the 49ers, this shouldn't be as close. I mean, the Packers are favorite right now. The Packers are favorite on the road in the playoffs. That should be the bulletin board material for the Bears to come out and show up for 4 quarters.
Yeah. I think I agree with your take too about not us now want to play the Lions, because if anyone knows Ben Johnson better than Ben Johnson, it's probably Dan Campbell.
Yeah, dude, that Lions team was banged up all season long, and everyone's hurt, right? And everyone's playing injured. But on paper, that Lions team is better than most teams. It's just they stumbled at the right time, benefiting us. But I'm worried about that team going forward, because now they're going to get healthy. They're going to get Penei Sewell back, and they're going to have a 4th place schedule next year. The NFC North, man, and I'm looking at the image right now. They're the only division where every team ended above 500. It's not going to get any easier next year. So it's like Ben Johnson and everyone else, you got to figure it out, because you're going to have to win more division games next year. They won the division, and I didn't expect it. Nobody expected it. But you still lost against the Lions twice. You lost against the Vikings once, and you split with the Packers. You're going to probably have to win more division games next year if you're going to repeat as NFC North champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-4 next year ain't going to make it.
Right.
Nope. You need to beat Vikings twice. You can't let 9 beat you. Yeah. All right, so yeah, going back, I will say the one big bright spot from the game yesterday was obviously Colston Loveland. Just he had a really, really good game. It was 10 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown. He seems like a steal in the draft now. Everyone was saying Tyler Warren was the guy. Colston Loveland looks like an elite. Tom Brady called him, little Gronk. You know,
so, I like that.
Yeah. I think he did get off to the slow start of the season, but he's really come onto it. the past couple months, and I really like his prospects going into 2026 season. I think he's going to be a big focal point of the offense. You can see that he's definitely has a rapport with Caleb Williams, and he's feeding the ball pretty sure-handed. Only had a couple drops throughout the season, but yet Colston, guys, I think this is going to be a star in the making. I think you're going to see a lot of Pro Bowls from him.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a couple big drops too. I mean, not to be the negative guy right now, but you expect that from a guy, of rookie status. So it's only up from here. I don't want to pat me and Jason on the back, but he's been pretty lights out ever since that Cincinnati game. Just saying.
Would you suck him off at halftime? Well, I don't know what does that have to do with it?
We were there willing him to
there we
victory,
go.
baby.
There you go. Well, if that's the case, hey, pat on the back to you guys. You guys did a great job because he's been awesome second half of the season. I was really vocal about. I mean, Tyler Warren still ended up having a better year, if you will, more receptions wise, target wise, and yards. But if you watch enough football, Colston Loveland, I feel like looks like the better tight end in my eyes. And it did take a little bit longer for him to really get going. It also like the game yesterday where he had 13 targets. Once you're at like double digit targets, you're going to drop a ball or two.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had no drops going into like 2 weeks ago. And then he had he's had two going into today or yesterday. And then, he did have two bad ones and a couple other people had some bad ones again. It seems like
too
Jason,
many
you had
drops.
That, right? Like 400 yards worth of drops this year for Caleb.
Yeah.
So
And those were just air yards. So
right.
They don't count in the yak.
Yeah. So just imagine there's for all the people, really, there was a lot of people upset about Caleb not getting the 4,000 yards and everyone was rooting for that. Right. But just the way this game went, is going to be tough sledding when they did nothing for a half. But if you account all of the drops, which is 400 yards plus yak, right? Because that's not accounted for, and all of the balls that Caleb dirted and sailed for the better part of the year, 4,000 should be easily gettable next year. So I'm not worried about him not getting to 4K. It would have been cool. And in our Bears season preview, we talked about that's one of the goals. But also, nobody here thought that one of the goals was winning the division. So give me winning the division before the 4,000 yards any time of the year. And he still ended up being, the Bears single season pass leader or whatever, even though it's one extra game. Those records are going to get smashed next year.
Yeah, 100%. Theory, though, for the Packers.
Real quick, I want to ask this guy, how's that Wi-Fi in Cancun?
Yeah.
Hate it.
We are nerds. That's not a diss to us. Tune into the Baloney Show on Wednesday, where I'm going to really get nerdy with you on Wednesday. So hit that subscribe button, buddy.
Yeah.
Can I just make a comment real quick,
Yeah,
Jay?
go ahead, Joe.
Sorry to cut you off, bro. I'm still kind of feeling like a little bit left out that number 10 didn't get his number called more yesterday. He had his coming out, and then yesterday he was, I think, shy of 4 targets throughout the game. And of course, who got that run going at the end? It was number 10. So I love Loveland, Colston Loveland. Big fan of his, of course, but we have to make sure that whoever was, if it was Ben making that call or whoever was making those calls for those numbers, we need those numbers called all 4 quarters against the Packers on Saturday.
Yeah,
we cannot wait until the 4th quarter, because the other thing was the running game. Our guy, who also big heart on our chest for him, tough sledding for our guy. He had 2 yards per carry for about 6-7 carries. So a lot of this on Saturday has to be like Peter, Hermano, what you were saying. They have to start showing up all 4 quarters at this point, because you're in or you're out.
Yeah, I have a theory. Let's just, it's a home game. Just tell the scoreboard operator, put 4th quarter on the scoreboard, right? The game starts. Caleb will think it's the 4th quarter, and he'll start gunning 20-yard passes to Colston up the middle. Boom, problem solved.
I like
Yeah.
that.
It's also
Yeah.
got to be who's in his headset too, though, bro. It's got to be a team effort here.
Yeah,
The defense also has to start doing their turnovers that they tend to be doing in fourth quarters now too.
Yeah.
And start
No,
doing them earlier.
I
in
do
the game.
think that some of the play calls in the beginning of the game were kind of from Ben Johnson.
Conservative.
You know, yeah, I think it was a little too. But the drops in the beginning didn't help too. You know, there were some throws he had on the run which should have been caught. There was throws behind. There was throws on the ground. Like he's got to be better. You know, more accurate when he's under pressure, which sometimes he is when he rolls out. Sometimes he just fires those darts, and you're like, how did he make that throw on the run? But then there's other times where he's in the pocket and he's bouncing it, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, man, you know. So, but yeah, let's just make him think that it's fourth quarter all game long, and we can beat the Packers then, because we have to put up points. We can't go a whole half without scoring against the Packers.
You got to show up for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
That's the end all be all, and that's what we're all expecting. That's all what we expected last watch party when they came back and won. But like the watch party was dead for 3 quarters until Dougie willed it to existence with the chin up, never a doubt stuff. But yeah, they got to show up for 4 quarters. The main thing is DJ Moore's got to show up. It sounds like Rome Odunze is going to be back. That's going to be a big help. Rome Odunze coming back is going to be a big help. I'm interested to see the wide receiver splits once Rome is back, because I think Luther Burden has earned more time. And DJ Moore, man, as much as we were singing his praises when Rome was out, and he had a couple really big touchdown catches, including the one against the Packers. Dude, there's just times where like, we don't break down film. We're not doing the all 22 all that time, but some of his routes are not passing the eye test. And the fact that Caleb threw that ball in the end zone, and it should have been a 50-50 ball, and he ended up just pulling up and getting bullied by that defensive back. So whereas like it wasn't even close, man. Like he didn't even get a ball on it or an arm on it. So it's like, man, as much as I like DJ Moore, the last couple of weeks, like he's got to show up, man, especially because you're getting paid to show up like a number 1 receiver. And, there's a lot of talk about like, can they get away from that in the offseason? I don't want to worry about that. I don't want to worry about the offseason for another 2-3 games. And the one thing I will say is I really liked Ben Johnson's press conference this morning, where he took accountability, like always. Like he's been a breath of fresh air that way, right? He's taken accountability. He told you what worked, told you what didn't. He said the offense wasn't good enough. But like he mentioned that the Bear right now, it's a different season. The playoffs are a different season, and you got to win 4 games in a row. Now, I'm not saying the Bears are going to win 4 games in a row, but Ben Johnson mentioned they've won 4 games in a row twice this year. So why not? Why not go on another run? You're on a 2 games losing streak. It's time to rattle off some wins, because like we mentioned, no one in the NFC scares me. Yeah, going to Seattle is going to be tough, but they got Sam Darnold, and he likes to throw the ball all over the place.
He pumpkins.
And there's no one. The Bears are flawed. Don't get me wrong. We just complained about the defense for the better part of 3 weeks straight. They're flawed, but everyone else is flawed. So why not Ben Johnson and the Bears, right? They've won 4 games in a row 2 times. Let's do it again.
Yep. No, I agree. And going back to DJ, yeah, on that ball, he just seemed like he got boxed out off his route, and then he just gave up on it. And maybe that's just me with the eye test. But to me, it looked like he pulled up on the route.
I'm sorry. We can't have Andrew penises in the comments saying we're first round exits. They're going to beat the Packers. That's
positive vibes, bro.
Baloney
Positive
guarantee
vibes
right now. They're beating the Packers.
That's right.
Penises.
Never a doubt, right, Dougie?
Never a doubt, baby. Maybe I'll just start chinning up everybody as I walk in the fucking door. Just as soon as I walk in the door, just start cuffing people in the chin.
See, here we go. Now, Greater Gerd is now on our side. He came out hot being a Lions fan. I appreciate that. We got a guy, Bob Pants, that's also a Lions fan. He's been on the pod a couple times. but we do have to have more faith in the Bears. Who's going to stop y'all
Kind of talk
besides the
Packers
Seahawks?
preview.
Oh, did we lose Jason? Did we lose me?
I got a little disconnected there. Sorry.
Oh shit, scared me.
I know. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so obviously, we talked a little Packers preview here. I want to pull this up, Peter. You had this stat. This was Caleb's stats for the season. 27 touchdowns, almost 4,000 yards, came 58 shy of it. Was very attainable in the first half of this game. But he did not get to 4,000. Only 7 interceptions. I think that's pretty good. Tied for 12th in the league. The QBR, but there's a lot that goes into that stat too, with the throwaways and the drops. So I think but I did see that he was like 30th in the league last year in it's one of those advanced nerd stats, like over expectation, rating over expectation, that he was 30th in the league last year, and now he was 11th. So big jump in this season.
Yeah. And Greater Good is in the comments. He's a Lions fan, so he knows. Jared Goff's first year in Ben Johnson's system was much different than Jared Goff's second year in Ben Johnson's system. I feel like Caleb Williams should and will have that jump from year 1 to year 2. Having another full offseason with, the system and everything. He's there, man. Obviously, there's a lot to be said about the completion percentage. I did a little diving, and I don't have the stats on me, dude, but everyone's expecting like 65 because the whole thing was like 70% completion percentage. That was like the goal or whatever. I don't think that's ever going to happen, especially the way Caleb Williams plays. But I looked it up, and there's a quarterback that for the majority of his career averaged 64% completion percentage. And that quarterback's Tom Brady. Tom Brady was never a completion percentage guy. It was a lot of like he does whatever he has to do to win. But like, I don't think any, except for 1 year, his last year or his first year with the Bucks, he had a really good year. But like, look at all of his wins with the Patriots. He's right at 62, 63, 64% completion percentage. That's easily attainable for Caleb Williams. Now, is he going to be Tom Brady and win 5 Super Bowls? I don't know, but I'll take 1. So let's do that first.
Yeah. And where's his stat about, game-winning drives? Because I'm sure he probably leads the league in that.
No, 6 2-minute drive drill winners. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you almost have
been 8.
Dude, look at what's happening with Matt Eberflus. He's going to get fired 1 year into the Cowboys job. I don't even know what Shane Waldron's doing. You have to kind of punt on that season. So it's like, yes, he gained experience and he ran for his life for the better part of 8 or 17 games last season. But now with Ben Johnson and another year in his system, that's where it's like the now we go kind of thing.
Yep. It's going to be exciting on Saturday. All right, let's get to another news that came out this week, and that is the schedule release for the Bears. And while there's no dates to it, we have the home and away opponents. So obviously we have the NFC, all of our division opponents. But at home, we got the Bucks, we got the Eagles, we got the Jags, the Jets, the Patriots, and the Saints. I feel like that the Bears-Patriots game is going to be a Sunday night game, or probably maybe even a Thursday. That's definitely going to be a prime time game for sure.
That might be like week 1, week 2 kind of deal.
Yeah. Start the season off right. And our away opponents, the Bills, the Dolphins, the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Seahawks. A lot of teams in the playoffs on the schedule for next year. So Bears are definitely going to have a tougher time. Now, we said that about this year, and then we had a lot of those worst to first. So who knows what happens with injuries? You never know what you're going to get year to year. I want to talk to you guys about the away. Where are we road tripping this year, guys?
All right, you guys are the road trip guys. I'll let you guys answer first, and then I'll have my answer because I think it's unconventional to everyone else.
Okay. I'll go first. As you guys know, I'm a big cruise guy. I have been waiting for the Bears to go back to Miami because I am going to do a road trip inside of a vacation. So and I'm telling you right now, whatever, as long as it isn't a Thursday night game that could really fuck me. And now that I put it in existence, it probably will be. But as long as it's a Sunday game, I will be going to Miami for either a Bears game, then a cruise, or a cruise, then a Bears game. That's 100% happening.
I think you're gonna go Bears game, then cruise. You have to go on the high, because you come back and the way you drink on a cruise, Dougie, doing a Bears game afterwards.
You're gonna be a zombie by the time that happens.
Yeah, but the only problem is if it, obviously it's going to probably be a Sunday game. Most of the cruise leaves on Sunday. So by the time the game gets out, you already would have had to been on board. So the only way to do it would be after the cruise, unless you do a Saturday. Then you got some options. But
what if it's Monday Night Football? Are you just fucked then?
Oh no. If it's Monday Night Football, then I got a day to recover in Miami. And then
there's no day to recover in Miami. I haven't been to Miami in a long time, but I was 21. There is no day to recover.
Yeah. So he's gonna be recovering with the fucking giant ass margarita with the Corona and
those necklace ones that
leveling out. Yeah, I mean, you can't keep up with when you're on the cruise, they're free drinks. When you're off the cruise, you're paying for them. So there'll be a leveling out portion of that thing.
Dougie's like, wait, buy one get one free happy hour,
right?
$20 for a margarita? Sign me up.
But yeah, no, next year I turn 40 in July this year. So this is going to be my 40th birthday. To my gift to myself is that I'm doing it. I don't care when it is.
Okay.
Shit,
what if it's Christmas football?
Better bring the tree in the fucking luggage. We're going, baby.
Joey, where do you want to go?
I'm torn because I would really like to, high five, hug, and shake hands with Bill's Mafia just to experience their tailgating, because it looks like tons of fun. It's almost at our level, but not quite. They're close enough, but I just like to, put some eyes on that and enjoy some Bills Mafia if I could. But I think I'm actually teetering more to Seattle, because that stadium seems and sounds amazing on television. And Dougie, you never know. Maybe we can make this a cruise trip and we can finally go to Alaska, where I want to go.
Ooh,
yes.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, so it can happen, but it's got to happen in the first two. They stopped going to Alaska on the cruises, I think, mid-September. So you only got a few weeks to play with. And I think if anything is going to be a primetime game, I think that's going to be a primetime game, Seattle Bears. So
yeah, at the worst, it's going to be a 3:00 game because they're all 3:00 games on our end. So
right.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is probably one of the reasons why I wouldn't want to do Buffalo. That new stadium is gonna be impossible to get tickets for that new stadium.
That was my answer. My answer was, we're literally about to announce the Whiskey at Comiskey tailgate schedule in about a half hour. We are the tailgating guys. It's crazy that we're not all saying Buffalo. And I understand it's a new stadium. Tickets are going to be expensive. But I want to tailgate with Bill's Mafia. I want to put Dougie through a table. I want to do chili and buffalo wings and experience that side of the tailgate scene, because we are the tailgate guys. It's crazy that we're not all saying that. But I understand. New stadium, it's different. So Buffalo's my 1-1. But Julie and I have always wanted to go to the Pacific Northwest. I talked about going to Seattle for the United States men's national team game that's playing the World Cup this year in Seattle. That's way too expensive. Yeah. The Bears are probably going to be just as expensive, but if Buffalo's my 1-1, Seattle is my 1B. 1A.
All right, I would say for me, Miami is probably up there, and then as well as Atlanta or Carolina. I do want to go to Carolina. One, I've never been to the Carolinas. Number two, I would have to have some good barbecue for the weekend. But Atlanta, though, if we set up a Bums road trip, Bears fans road trip, the way that Mercedes-Benz Stadium markets their concessions, we might drink that entire stadium dry.
Yeah, it's like $5 beers or something, right?
Yes.
Or it's super cheap, right?
Yes. Yeah. Bears fans might drink that entire stadium dry, and I want that challenge. I want to be the fan group that goes into an opposing team stadium and just drinks all their beer.
I love that. And it's not only the beer though, right? Like it is like $2-3 hot dogs too.
Yeah.
I want what we did in Milwaukee, Dougie, when you just bought 40 hot dogs and just flung them at people like you're Mark Burley.
Yeah.
We could do that again at a Bears game. So that's a good answer, Jay.
Yeah. I mean, Bears fans did it to Nashville a few years ago when they drank the bars. The bars ran out of Modelo and Coors, Miller Lights.
Yep.
So let's do it. Let's do it Mercedes-Benz. We might have to, depending on where the schedule falls, might have to try to make this happen.
Yeah, Jay, you mentioned Carolina, and we've been there. I've actually been there for a Blackhawks game, but we were also in Wake Forest. Our guy, White Boy Rick, has his parents have a place in Wake Forest, so we were there for a while. Unless I'm golfing, I don't want. Carolina did not impress me one bit. No, I'm not a North Carolina, South Carolina guy. I don't think it's for me. And then I don't have much to say about Atlanta. I was there for a cup of coffee once. So yeah, I think I'm sticking with Seattle Buffalo.
Okay. All right. That wraps up our Bears and football talk for the week. We got some other good stuff for the next hour. But first we're going to give you Dougie is going to give you a hockey minute.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to go pee.
All right. Go take a leak. Hawks are starting off pretty good here in the 2026s. They're playing some pretty decent teams and they're hanging in there. They first game out of the year, they beat the Stars 4-3. Take the Capitals to the shootout, beat them 3-2, and then last night they finished off the Las Vegas Golden Knights in overtime, beating them 3-2. This week on Wednesday, playing the St. Louis Blues, are also undefeated this 2026 calendar year. They're 2-0. But my one highlight that I wanted to spend the last 30 seconds on is I wanted to highlight our guy Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi has just been absolutely lighting it up.
Got a hattie last night.
Got a hattie last night. Ever since Christmas, our guy in 6 games has 6 goals and 2 assists. Obviously, 3 of those goals came last night or whatever, but you got 8 points in 6 games. You're doing pretty good. Only one of those games did he not register a point, but he registered a shit ton of shots that game. So with that being said, I hope that the Hawks can continue on this roll. SBF, fuck you, and the Blues. We're taking this game on Wednesday and staying undefeated, going 4-0.
All right. Good
You
job.
want to add 10 seconds to that hockey minute, Dougie?
Go for it.
You know who's in the gold medal game tonight in the World Juniors, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Great call. Take it, Joey.
Yeah. Our number 1 pick, our first round pick of this past NHL draft, Anton Frondel, going up against another first rounder. It's awesome seeing these kids that are eventually going to be in the Blackhawks facing each other in a gold medal game.
Frondel got the shootout winner to get him in. So
Yeah.
Nestrazel is the other. So look forward to it.
Yeah. So no, it'll be really nice. It'll be really nice. So,
yeah. All right, Peter, let's get some.
When shift growls, we're done with the hockey minute.
Yep.
I'm gassed for you guys though. I'm excited. You're excited.
Yeah. Just keep Beef Loaf away from the team,
please.
Yeah.
Well, good segue from Schifrin because we get to talk about the previous Sox announcer, currently with the Detroit Tigers, but Jason Benetti has emerged a top candidate for NBC's MLB play-by-play. Good for him.
Yeah, shame on them for using this picture. It looks like he shit his pants.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk about Jason Benetti, I get in trouble for being a bully. So I'm just going to stay out of this conversation. I'll let you guys take it away. But I want to tell you know what? No, I'm going to keep going. White Sox fan, I just kicked
the whole damn desk.
People were all up in arms that, the the White Sox got rid of Benetti. He was going to leave regardless. I hate to break it to you guys. He was going to leave regardless. Yes, he went to the Tigers first, and that stinks because they're a division rival, whatever. He was going to go on to bigger and better things. So am I happy that Jason Benetti is emerged as a top candidate for NBC's MLB play-by-play? Sure. I'm happy if it just makes Sox fans shut the fuck up, especially Sox fans on Reddit and Twitter. Shut the hell up about Jason Benetti. Move on. He's never coming back. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. He refuses everyone's media. I know, shout out our guys, the 108. He don't want to talk to them. He don't want to talk to anybody. Move on.
Yep.
I guess my only one good takeaway from this whole thing is at least NBC is going to have somebody that I can tolerate listening to, because most of the commentators on like these big national stages, they suck. So at least I can tolerate and listen to this guy. Besides that, I don't really care.
No, happy for him. I look forward to MLB math.
Yeah, MLB man. Yeah, I want to see him sing a jingle.
Southside Jeff says, isn't he still a White Sox fan? Yeah, he's always been a White Sox fan. That's why everybody loved him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's gone.
I wonder what the NBC catering is going to look like.
Yeah, they let him eat.
Yeah.
I just want Snoop Dogg to, be his color commentator.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, Snoop Dogg. We're going to get Snoop Dogg in a couple weeks.
Exactly. He's part of the NBC family.
Yep.
What? Wait, what do we do?
He does the Olympics.
He does.
Yeah.
He does summer. Yeah.
More hockey talk. Great.
Yeah.
You get the Snoop Dogg Olympics for the winner.
For
All right.
shizzle.
Who's this guy?
For shizzle, my baby.
Dude, I love all the randoms in the comments today. I feel like we got extras. But W9 MXR.
Yeah, no. He's been around for a few weeks. He's been
Has
around
he?
for a few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for following. All right, what's next, Peter?
It's New Year's. It's New Year's in St. Bart's, and every goddamn celebrity that is worth a damn had their yacht parked in St. Bart's. But like Alex Earl and Tom Brady stole the show. They were seen canoodling together at a party with like some random. No, who's the DJ? Calvin Harris. Calvin Harris DJing at some bar in St. Bart's, and the internet was up in arms. They were up in arms about the age range. They were up in arms about two hot people. Do you guys give a fuck about this at all? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a fuck. And I don't understand why people do.
I don't even know who this chick is.
Oh, you should. I mean, she's super famous.
Is he still taking play calls from Belichick?
Hey, that's a good point, Joey.
Wait, so what is she famous for? Is she just like a Instagram model or something? It's not really being famous for anything, is she?
Never mind. You know what? All these people, and this is this is true. She used to date one of his teammates. It was Braxton Berrios. She dated Braxton Berrios for a while. But yes, she is Instagram famous. She is a model, influencer, whatever you want to call it. All these people in the comments who says, who is Alex Earl? You guys are just covering your tracks.
Yeah.
And it's smart of you.
I seriously do not know.
Very smart of you guys.
I make sure my algorithm does not go to Instagram models because I don't need to go down that rabbit hole. I keep my algorithm is bourbon and dogs
on Instagram.
Yes.
But everywhere else, it's like World War III.
Yeah. Are we really going to start 2026 off?
We share the Bums
everybody?
account.
I don't search at the Bums account. I'm talking about my own personal one.
I'm messing with you.
Here, I'm going to show you right now. This is my search feed. Right.
All right. Oh, that's impressive.
It's dogs and alcohol.
McRibs and porn. Oh, shit.
It's all fake meat.
All right, so nobody cared. I mean, the internet cared, but you guys, nobody cares.
Oh, no. You know what? If they were married or something like that, it'd be like, ooh, scandal. Like, or other than that, I don't give a shit. People are dating, people are banging, whatever. It's New Year's. Somebody got to kiss somebody at midnight, right?
Yeah,
might as well be somebody cute.
Especially
Love
in
is love.
St. Bart's. Nah, I don't think this is love, Joey P. This is a one-time thing, maybe,
You
which
don't
is
know.
good for both of them.
Love is love. That's love
I
too.
mean, you could say you're making love.
Lust is lust. I don't know.
All right, what's
I don't
next?
We got one more headline. This is we're going back to football here, and you know, I got shout out my guy My Sock Summer. I got the Pope right here. I think they're stealing a little playbook from the Chicago Pope. The Steelers had a priest bless the field with holy water pregame. The blessing took place at the exact same end zone that the Ravens missed the kick. So I'm going to start with Joey P because you are the resident devout Catholic or devout practicing. Holy man.
He's not taking down the decoration until 3 Kings Day.
Yeah. So Joey
Midnight.
Joey P, fair or foul? Is this a good way to do things?
Well, I'd say it's fair, but at the same time, do I think that divine intervention really hates one team over the other if we're all created equal? No. So I think it's just happenstance and luck.
Okay.
That's my honest opinion.
Look, we've seen the Pope do his Pope things for the all city Chicago getting #1 draft picks and winning and all that. We've seen Jean-Marie with the Sage.
Mhm.
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying there's a lot of coincidental things that make me want to be like, you know, we might need some blessings on Saturday. Go do the holy water, get the sage, do whatever you need to. I don't know what our guy, the Pope Leo, was doing yesterday. You know, maybe he was in the middle
He's saving his powers for the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what he was doing yesterday. You know, maybe he was in the middle of a sermon and he got distracted, you know, had to do a Pope function, but he better be free Saturday. That's all I got to say.
Maybe he was doing his work over in that Washington Eagles game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mhm.
You know, the Holy Spirit works in mysterious ways. So,
you
you
can't
don't
make
know.
it too obvious.
Exactly. That's a good point,
No.
Dougie Fresh. But
Yeah.
I will say, my mom's been trying to get me to go back to church for 20 goddamn years. Christmas, Easter, baptisms, whatever. Mom, if you're listening, I don't think she is, but just in case, Bears playoffs might make me go back to church. You mentioned, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. Between all of the Pope doings and now this, there might be something to this. So it's like, why not? Why not take an hour mass and pray for the Bears? I might do that on Saturday.
It's been working for me so far.
There we go, Joey.
CD44 says he was out poping. I just got an idea. We need to do a parody song of Pope Pimpin' called Pope Popin'.
Yes, we do. That is
Do you
that is
want to pray in the backseat of a church, giving out Hail Marys?
That's a good song, by the way.
It is.
Shout out Crucial Conflict, Chicago's own Crucial.
Shout out West Side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That's our headlines.
All right, let's play a quick ad, and then we got a very special announcement for everyone.
Hold on, I'm coming.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago Sports Bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, Sox, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago Sports Bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
All right, everyone, it's that time of year. Now, we tried to, do a little self-service for us. We wanted to beat Bums 5K, so we were trying to pump up our Twitter numbers and say we'll release the schedule when we get the numbers. But we're a few short, and people are asking. We have to give the people what they want. They want to make sure that their dates are clear. So, without further ado, we're going to officially announce our 2026 Whiskey at Comiskey tailgate schedule, so everybody can be ready and get their livers and their drinking pants on. So, Peter, pop it up. And here it is. We got 5 dates this year. Obviously, we're doing opening day. That's a given. May 16th versus the Cubs. That's a Saturday night, 6-10 games. That's going to be a shit show right there. July 25th, it's the Dougie and Jason birthday bash versus the Astros. End of July.
40th
Yes.
birthday for Dougie. Jason, you're very old.
No, I got 7 years before I can celebrate again. So big
40th
40 for big 40 for the Dougie man. August 22nd versus the Mets. We're gonna try to get our friends, Sons of Anarchy.
the seventh line.
Rebate, yeah.
The Sons of Uribe are hopefully getting a little, like the Avengers teaming up. So no, that's a tease, but no promises, but we're trying.
Yeah.
Right.
And then obviously going to end the season on against the Rockies. The big end of season tailgate send off with our friends at the 108. It'll be, I think, third or fourth year doing it now with them.
Yeah. Did they agree to do it this year, or we're just volunteering them?
I've just volunteered. Treasy's in the
Yeah.
comments. I saw him.
Somebody,
I saw my summer earlier in the comments.
we're running it back. We're running it back.
Now, coincidentally, if you notice, there is not a June tailgate because we are road tripping to Detroit this year. So that's going to be Father's Day weekend. We're going with Sox Machine. He asked us if we wanted to join in the road trip. So our friends with Josh and all them at Sox Machine. So we were like, we don't want to do a road trip and then do a tailgate back-to-back weeks. It might be a little much for everyone. So that's why there's no June. But we got 5 awesome dates locked up. We're gonna have obviously our beer, the tequila, the bourbon. It's gonna be everything. We're gonna announce the food when we get that all locked down. But just be ready for opening day and all the other dates for the rest of the season.
Yeah. This is the worst kept secret in sports, and I'm only saying that because I don't know if you guys know, but whoever asked me to share, I've shared with them already. Sean Jankowski was looking to get his hotel rooms booked. I'm like, here, have the schedule. Just don't tell Jason I shared it with you. And then I think maybe there's a couple other people I shared it with. So if you know, you know. But thank you for everyone that did not share it with the group because we were trying to keep it a secret. And we didn't get the 5K, but we got close enough.
Yeah. So, I think I'm looking forward to this tailgate. I mean, I think we have to find a ways to top what we did last year. They keep on getting bigger and better. We did the Southpaw tailgate. I think personally, my goal is we gotta get G and Greco at a tailgate.
Dude, you've been trying to get G and Greco to do anything with us since we started this, and I like that. That's that's your white whale.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
But
we just talked about doing a New Year's thing. Maybe that should be the move. Forget about tailgates. Get him to make out with somebody in your basement on New Year's for the live stream.
Yeah. Well, it's like the old saying, first you get the money, then you get the women. First we get them the whiskey at Comiskey, then we get them from New Year's.
Yeah. Peter, you want to do
anniversary
party?
We might renew our vows in Lot B, but it also might be, I didn't even check. It might be Riot Fest weekend. I might be dipping out of the tailgate early. We don't know. Things are fluid. We got a whole year to plan this out.
Yeah. I saw the picture. My Sox Summer retweeted it earlier about the woman in the tank with her feet in it, and the guy was pouring a drink.
Yeah, and then Jared put my face on there.
Do we need to have a foot tank?
No, I think we've been very friendly with Romova other half. Now they're off hours brewing company. Hopefully that relationship continues. I don't think we need feet in wine or whatever the hell that was. But I do think for this year we do need more stunts. I think that is something. And you know what? We talked about this as a tease way back when. We didn't really have our end of year meeting. We didn't really have anything to do with that. Is there a possibility? I said, what would be fun is a theme party for one of the tailgates, whether it's 90s themed or, halfway to Halloween. Actually, the math doesn't line up for that, but is it too late to do a theme party for one of these?
No, we can always make it a theme. We got plenty of time to we have to look at the Sox schedule then and see what themes, if they're doing 70s night or 80s, something like that, and then
But it would be so much funnier if we just did our own theme and went against their theme.
Yeah.
Like, just see how many people we get. Like, because you imagine, like, if we had, like, I've seen it before, like, and I'm not saying like Elvis or whatever, but I've seen like people show up to a game all dressed up as something, and then everybody's like, "What the fuck is this group doing?" Like, it would be primo choice. I think we can. Yeah, there we go. Julie's saying you get your second wedding. Everybody should just dress up in wedding stuff.
Tuxedo T-shirts. Okay, hey, we could print some Bums tuxedo T-shirts and have everybody wear them. That's easy. That's easy influx of money.
now you said you wanted more stunts. What if we've been saying we want to do a lot B wedding for a while? Are we marrying Johnny?
He's not on the show to I've been trying to do that. I've talked to Missy and Johnny about that. That might be separate from the Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates. That needs its own flyer, its own invitation, its own everything. I was really mad that the White Sox cucked us out of the wedding last year when they did the whole Bill Veek thing. I am an ordained minister. I want to marry somebody in Lot B. I did marry somebody at Electric Funeral after one of our watch parties, but we're not able to talk about that. We signed some, NDAs, so we can't talk about that. But I do want to marry somebody in Lot B. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to post this immediately after the show for anyone who didn't see it, and then everyone can save the dates. But there it is, our 2026 Whiskey at Comiskey schedule. Please follow us for 5K.
I've also got a little tease for people. I didn't even talk to you guys about it, but I purposely made this schedule more Instagram and like post friendly as opposed to the like 16:9. I kind of want to get some. I'm going to get some magnets for people to stick in their fridge. So this will be a magnet for people. So tune in for that.
Hell yeah. All right. Guys, with that, it's time to finally bum some people.
Finally, we've been bumming people forever.
Yeah.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum.
All right, let's get to our listener bums and MVBs. First off is Jeff. Bum of the week, NFL for requiring a minimum 4 subscription service to watch football, #prime game. Yeah. Also, I think it's ridiculous that NFL makes you download Peacock for all their 2 games.
Yeah.
Just cut. What is Goodell doing? That's not even feasible. Just cut your losses, man. Having a subscription service for just 2 games. And they're the bookend of the season, second game, so you can do a stupid one in Brazil, and then you get another stupid Saturday game that no one wants to watch on end of season. Dumb.
Yeah.
Jason, want to answer this?
Oh yes, Katie. Why no June tailgate? Because we are doing a Sox fan road trip with our friends at Sox Machine. We are going to Detroit. It is Father's Day weekend, and we based on the way the schedule felt, we did not want to do a tailgate a week after a road trip, but figured it'd probably just be too much for everyone. So that's why there's no June. But you never know. We might change our minds.
Yeah, you know what? And that's a good point. And I wanted to mention it when we had the thing up there. There's been times where it's not an official Whiskey at Comiskey tailgate, but we have thrown random tailgates throughout the year, depending on someone's birthday or things that happen. There might be one of those going on this year.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure you guys remember or not, but the fuzzy green guy, his birthday is around that time too. So,
I heard he's going to be the big 2-2.
2-2.
Facts.
And JT's MVB, America's military. Thank you for your service. Also, if we could get the guys that extracted Madaro to get that Jinx Dilio out of Soldier Field, that would be amazing.
I like that. That's funny, JT.
I don't even know if I'm saying her name. Is it Dilio? I don't know. But
Delio.
Delio.
Spags is in the comments saying the same thing. I'm going to get to that at the end of the show.
Okay. Next up, we got King Ass MVB. Commanders beating the Eagles backups. Take it any way you can get it, by hook or by crook. Wanted that home game. Bum of the week. Too many to pick from, so I'll go with birds. More Eagles?
Yeah. Birds.
Birds aren't real.
They're robots.
I don't know.
Neither are dinosaurs, according to Carl Everett.
He's in the comments asking, are we going to throw him a tailgate just because? All of our tailgates are free to the public. If Ass wants us to throw them a tailgate, it's double the charge. I'm going to charge you.
Also, if we throw Sam a tailgate, he cannot sit the entire time.
Standing only.
He has to show up at the beginning of the 3.5 hours and stand the entire time.
No chairs allowed. That goes for Stoop Kid as well.
Yeah.
Put knee locks on him.
Colonel Bourbon. MVP. Definitely me for believing in the Blackhawks. That's right.
3-0.
Never a doubt. 3-0 in 2026. Bum of the week. Anyone who doesn't believe in the Bears. Dougie?
Never a fucking doubt.
You know
how
what?
many children?
Can't
How much?
sit either. I'll put that caveat out there.
Hell yeah.
All right, next up. CD44 MVP Bears. What a turnaround. Bum, the world population, except the 4,974 people following the Bums on Twitter, missing out and delaying our schedule drop. We tried to push. I guess people just don't want to follow us. They don't like us. We're not cool enough. I don't know what it is. They don't like tailgates. But
I'm going to tell you what it is, Jason James, and it's something I've been ranting about forever. Elon's Twitter is broken, is what it is. It's not us. It's not our fault. We're still cool, baby. It's Elon's Twitter is broken, and that's what I'm sticking to.
We need people to stop with the For You tab and go to the following tab so our tweets go in the algorithm. Don't fall into the algorithm. You just see them.
Very true. Not wrong.
Right.
I agree.
Next up, and finally, Mailman Jack. Bum of the week, Illinois tolls going up again. Yeah, this is bullshit.
Every fucking time.
Yep. Yeah, getting charged $250 now to go see grandma.
Scam.
Yep. Mailman Jack and his MVP, the nice policeman that pulled me over for speeding last week and let me off with a warning. I was so guilty. Don't speed.
You ever get let off with a warning?
Once. 19 other times I did not.
19.
Whoa.
How many?
God damn.
You know what? You know what's funny is you were for the longest time. Whenever I've known you, you're a radar detector guy. How fast? Where do you have to be? Why are you in such a hurry?
Places and there immediately. Like, you know what's funny is that like I like to drive fast. And even if I'm trying to purposely like go slow to delay my arrival in some place, I still can't deal with traffic and driving slow. I'll sit in my car if I have to, but I can't like not drive slow. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I've gotten so many speeding tickets and stop sign tickets and all that. I could teach traffic school. I think I've gotten probably like 17 or 18 tickets.
Damn. That's fucking crazy, dude.
I don't think I've ever gotten a speeding ticket. I've gotten like I've blown through a stop sign or like no turn on red. And you know what? I lied. I got a speeding ticket, and we're talking about scams and mafia and stuff like that. Johnny told me about this. And if you're going to the Ramova, this will be a segue to the watch party. There's a speed trap on Ashland, like right off of 35th. I got
a warning in the mail from them.
That thing popped me, and I'm like, what in the hell? And Julie's like, you got a ticket. And I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about? And I looked at it. It was that damn Ashland speed trap. Bum of the week, Ashland speed trap.
So I got that too. They sent me a letter in the mail. I already got a warning because they just installed it within 30 days. And I was in the I didn't know window.
Buffer zone, yeah.
Yeah. So I got lucky on that one.
I don't even go down Ashland anymore. I'll just take 35th to Damon.
Dude, I only got one speeding ticket one time, and they were like, oh yeah, the cop told me straight up, he goes, I'm not showing up to court, so you show up to court, you're good to go. So the guy in front of me goes up there, and they were like, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty? And he goes, not guilty. And the judge looked at him and was like, have you ever spent in your life? He goes, yeah, of course. He goes, this is for that time, guilty. I was like, oh shit. Everybody after that was just, I was like, fuck it. I'm like, I'm not playing that game. I'm like, guilty. Everybody guilty after that.
Wow.
That judge was just in a bitch ass mood.
Now, see, if he was smart, he would have just been like, I plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. You don't have to incriminate yourself. Like, that's just being dumb 101.
Yeah. Nah, that was wild, dude. Wild shit.
The one time I did get pulled over with a warning, I was in the car with my wife, and I was turning, off a main street, and I was going a little fast, and he pulled me over, and he's like, I pulled you over. I'm like, yeah, I know. I was going a little fast. Me and the wife were sitting here bumping in sync, and kind of got a little excited. And he starts laughing. And he's like, license registration. And he comes back and he's like, just slow down in neighborhoods. I like your car too. And left me off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think it was your car or was it in sync reference thing?
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
a little from
he hands you your stuff and he's like, bye, bye, bye.
No strings attached.
Right.
I told him, I was like, yeah, I know. I was going a little fast. Instinct just came on the radio. We got a little excited.
This I promise you.
No, it wasn't bye, bye, bye. It was tearing up my heart.
Oh, you were being serious.
Yeah, being dead
Oh,
serious.
shit.
Got him going.
Gotta get the people going. All right. I don't have any bums or MVBs this week, so I'm gonna bum of the week going back to work.
There you go.
Winter breaks too much fun. Reminds me of classic high school. All right, let's go with Joey. What do you got?
I'll go with my bum of the week real quick. I told the guys pre-show I don't want to show the clip, but last week during a Bulls game at the United Center, there happened to be a little fight breakout, so to speak, amongst some groups of kids and whatnot in the main concourse where we normally hang out near section 109, 113 area. Yeah, cut that stuff out. There's, so much that goes on at the United Center, especially during sporting events. Lots of small children, lots of folks of all ages. We're there with our families trying to have an enjoyable evening at the game. Mm-hmm. And, all that fighting stuff, man, take that outside. It doesn't need to be in the confines because somebody can seriously get hurt. Hopefully, everybody was okay from that scrimmage that took place. But bum of the week, all you guys shouldn't be doing that in a public place like that. Yeah. So that was my bum of the week. MVBs, real quickly, everybody, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I was emotional all day last week on my birthday. So many people, like literally hundreds of people reached out to me. My phone didn't stop. I'm still, pulling them. It tugged on my heartstrings. I'm getting old now. I love you all. Thank you so much for all that birthday love. MVB to my wife, of course, for spoiling me. MVB to you guys, mis hermanos. I mean, I got to hang out with all of you at some point throughout the whole weekend. Love to Peter and Julie, obviously, and used to's at the Hawks game that other night. That was so much fun. And then last night, last MVB, watching the Bears game, got an invite from our guy, Bear Mysterio. Got to meet some of our other Twitter friends who we've been friends for years and didn't get to meet until last night. So a lot of our Bulls and Bears fam, from Ramina to Cele, Hannah, and several others from the First and 10 tailgate crew. So shout out to all of you. It was a great time. That place was rocking. Shout out Evergreen. No, I'm sorry. Everything Bar, Chicago. I'm by Evergreen Park. That's why that name always stuck with me, so I'd remember it. So, but yeah, that's all I got this week.
Nice.
Love y'all.
All right, Dougie, what do you got?
All right. My bum of the week, and I think this is going to be high on the 2026 list, just for intentions. Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers are getting a massive bum ahead of. Obviously they're going to lose to us on Saturday, but reason why I'm bumming them is because they were 13.5-point dogs this last weekend, and they decided to take a timeout with 2 seconds left and kick a field goal. They decided to go ahead and kick that field goal just to cover. Now, there are a ton of people online, not just Bears fans or, Packer haters, but gamblers that are very upset about this. It made no sense to do. They went ahead and did it anyway. Screwed a lot of people out of a lot of bets. And it's very suspicious. I know a lot of people were tagging the FBI in it. It just, I don't know. Man, it would really pain me to see the FBI get involved into the Packers financials and maybe the FBI should look into them selling fake stocks to fans and calling them owners.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah,
little pyramid scheme.
It's kind of a long time coming. So if FBI doesn't mind, just hold off until Sunday when they're down their worst, when they're down their absolute worst, to go ahead and put that final nail in the coffin after we're done with them. So bum of the week goes out to the Packers. My quick little MVP goes out to Colonel Bourbon.
Colonel.
I jokingly was telling him that I needed the Blackhawks bobblehead that he acquired yesterday, and he got me one. So I appreciate that.
Nice.
Help round out the collection. So thank you, sir. And drinks on me next time you see me.
Ooh. Yeah, good guy. Real quick, Peter, before you close us out, I forgot I do have an MVP, and it is the Dougie man for the other day coming over with his big, long extending tool and unclogging, and unclogging my backup.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Time out. Why didn't you close the show with this? You're bearing the lead. Maybe we should have started the show with this. He did what to you now?
He came over with his big, long extending tool, and he gave me a nice cleaning.
Bums After Dark, Peter. Put it up. Bums After Dark.
Bums After Dark. I don't even think I have that logo still up there, but I've looked for it. Do we got it? Yeah. Now let's talk dirty.
Yeah.
There you go.
He just kept asking me how can he pay me? How can you pay you?
Yeah.
Enough of those videos.
So what? So like he just showed up with a Sibian, or what? What are we talking about here?
Oh, this thing. I never seen a thing this big before, man. It just kept extending, and
yeah. Jason, I give him a little bit of credit. He was holding the flashlight during the whole thing. So
you stunned him. You literally like dad with the sun, hold the flashlight right.
You gotta get a good look at it.
Unbelievable. So your pipes are clean now?
Oh, very clean.
Damn.
Even got a proper reach around.
You know what? I'm mad. Now I'm bum of the week and you guys. I always say whenever we do things, we call me. I would have recorded it. We could have put it on the internet. Always be content.
You were at lunch.
I want to see Dougie cleaning your holes.
You were at lunch, my man.
Damn.
So
Good
thank
job,
you, Dougie.
Dougie.
Thank you, Dougie, for that cleaning. I appreciate it. MVB.
No worries.
We
All right,
can't wait for you, Jason, to clog your pipes again.
Yeah, that it's not going to be the first, and it's not going to be the last.
Yeah. Your hole is my goal.
Print the shirt.
Like,
a confession.
Now this is like those Roto-Rooter ads at the United Center.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, I don't know how I follow that up. We might as well just end the show. But I do got an MVP. I got an MVP, and if you guys know me, I'm a diehard Bears fan. But you also know that my wife is a diehard Steelers fan. So my MVP is Ravens kicker Tyler Loop, because the rookie kicker, missing that 44-yard field goal, made my life so much better for at least another week, man. For at least another week. Julie was watching that game, and I will say that game, credit to
insane. That was an insane 2 minutes.
The schedule makers and Goodell and NBC putting that thing as the final game of the season, the bookend to the regular season, and that fourth quarter was literally insane. We were going back and forth. I went upstairs. Julie was watching it upstairs. I came downstairs. I'm like, you got to watch it by yourself. I came downstairs and then and I was like, no, I got to go back and watch it with you. That shit was crazy. And then when Rodgers and I don't want to give a lot of credit to Aaron Rodgers because, Bears and all that. But when he threw that touchdown pass, I'm like, thank God, Julie's going to be happy. And then Chris Boswell, of all people, who I have on like a million fantasy teams because he's been so good for so long. He's been like just sure thing for the better part of 4 or 5 seasons. Misses that extra point. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this is it. This is how
55 seconds left on the clock.
I was like, this is how they lose. This is how they lose. And Lamar was having a hell of a game. Him and Zay Flowers were just doing things left and right. So they marched down, and thank God he missed that kick. So congratulations. Julie was having literally a heart attack. She was like, my chest hurts, this and that. And I'm like, thank God. So Tyler Loop, I know you probably feel like a bag of shit right now. And I know Boswell talked to him, and there's a video of like John Harbaugh walking the concourse with him, or like the tunnel with him, consoling him. And Lamar Jackson said a bunch of nice words about him. But thank you, man. Thank you. You made my life so much better for at least a week. So Tyler Loop, MVP. The entire city of Baltimore probably hates your guts and maybe wants you dead. But in my heart, you're the man. So thank you, Tyler Loop. And then my bum of the week, and this is something that's been going on but it started with Cubs season, but I don't pay attention to much Cubs stuff, except for Prez and Bums of the Bleachers and Dram Daddy and that kind of thing. But then slowly but surely, it started like getting into my algorithm, and it wasn't like I don't follow Bree Delio. I didn't know who she was. But then in our group chat, it started like, this lady's a jinx, this lady's a mush, and all of you guys. And then now JT is bum of the week here, and Spags is in the comments talking about it. And now she's like trending on Twitter because Bears Flames blame influencer Bree Delio for Lions' heartbreaking loss. This is not me white knighting for Bree Delio. I don't give a fuck about this person. We got to focus our attention. And this is something I talked about yesterday when I was cutting the Ramova promo. Who cares about Bree Delio? Who cares about the Lions? Who cares about everything else? Our focus has to be on Jordan Love and the Packers, and how we're going to get not only our revenge from the first game, but like we have to play better than the second game. Our focus as Bears fans is too scatterbrained right now. Bears Twitter is up in arms about the wrong things. It's always been, and for always will be, FTP. Fuck the Packers. That's what this week should be about. And if you want to be mad at Bree Delio, go ahead. But for this week, give it a rest. I don't want to hear about this lady. I want to hear how you hate Jordan Love. I want you to talk about how you hate Matt LaFleur and how you think that those owner certificates are a scam, and how everyone in Wisconsin are inbreds and hillbillies, and how Mars Cheese Castle is the most overrated tourist trap on the planet, and how Spotted Cow is overrated. All of that. Who cares about Bree Delio? It's fuck the Packers. We got till Saturday at the Ramova until the fourth quarter hits and Caleb Williams whoops that ass. Our focus should be on the Green Bay Packers. So FTP, fuck the Packers. That's it. That's all.
I will say that video from her yesterday when after they missed and she like had that look on her face like, yeah, I did this and I'm going to get shit for it.
Yeah, but she's been doing that. She was doing that for Cubs games this year. She was, I don't know, man. It's definitely an attention thing, but people
it's you people
give the
giving
attention.
The attention.
Yeah.
Just
Stop
shut the
giving
fuck
the
up about it. It's almost
Block.
like the shut the fuck up about Chicago. Shut the fuck up about Bree Delio. If you guys don't talk about her, she's not a thing. She's not a mush. It's a nothing.
Yeah. JT's right. She's also a Red Sox fan.
I can't. I'm fighting a losing battle here.
It's the Simpsons. Just don't look. Just don't look. But also, there's Simps. The Simps will simp. The Simps be simping.
Well, yeah,
So-
that's a big part of it. Especially
And as long
on
as there
Twitter.
are Simps, there will be influencers who don't do anything, except record themselves watching sporting events.
Yep.
So
Yeah. After they happen, when they replayed them, for the reaction. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
You guys aren't listening to anything I said.
I'm sorry, what?
All right. Next week on our show is going to be our yearly tradition of Bum of the Year. So we're going to have all 4 of our brackets, and we're going to be starting it off after we're going to do the bracket reveal. And then next week, we're going to be doing the Twitter polls for who you want to vote for Bum of the Year. So it's always a good time. We have some new rules this year. For the tournament, we'll explain them next week. But it's going to be a good show when we do our bracket reveals. And then other than that, Peter, what do you got this Wednesday on the Baloney Show?
I teased it last week. It's ready to go this week. Baloney Show this week is going to be very wrestling heavy. There's a big thing going on right now. No spoilers. JT, don't say anything about Raw right now because I'm going to go watch it later. But it's the state of pro wrestling. We just finished coming off of the Now Arena with Brian S. and AEW had a really good end of the year show. WWE is doing some things. I have a good amount of special guests lined up for the state of pro wrestling, including our very own HBIC, because I told him, of all the people that I know, you don't miss a wrestling show. You got everything recorded. You've seen everything for the better part of a year. So I'm going to pick your brain along with Brian S. and recurring guest, my guy, PL Dragons, Jordan from the Boneheads and Brewskis podcast. He's going to be on the Baloney Show about once a month. He's going to be my Andy Richter to Conan O'Brien, if you will. And that's not a diss on Andy Richter or he's going to be my right-hand guy. So we're going to talk pro wrestling for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. It'll be live on Wednesday, and I'm excited about it because there's a lot of things going on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. That's our show. Thanks everyone who joined us tonight. And don't forget, join us this Saturday at the Remova for our Bears watch party. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to get that dub. It's going to be $4 beers, $9 cocktails, full kitchen. There will be maybe the Dougie Bear showing up.
Mhm.
There won't be any doubts.
No doubts.
No
If you
doubts at all.
If you have any doubts, don't fucking show up. I want everybody coming there with their fucking A game. I want that place to be loud. I want it to be rocking. I want it to be even better than last time. Everybody that had FOMO last time, anytime that you've ever missed, now is your time to make up. Show up.
Yep. We'll see you all Saturday. We'll be back on Monday for a Bears Victory Monday. Bear down and fuck the Packers.
Fuck the Packers. Bear down, baby.
FTP.